welcome to another edition of the Naughty Gym Show. I'm Coach Scott.
And I'm Coach April, and we have three very special people with us today. We have the Executive Director of Hedonism Resort, Diane. We have the Marketing and Sales Manager, Tatiana. And we have the Fitness Director, Marsha Lynn, with us today.
And we're going to be talking about three big projects that we have coming up in collaboration with Hedonism, including one that starts at the first of this year called HedoHot, which is a 4-week online challenge that will get you, that's all your workouts, nutrition, all this stuff that we're going to be doing with hundreds of other Hedo enthusiasts all around the world. And then in March,
we'll be back in March for Swing Breakers Week. And we'll be leading some workouts there, working with Marsha Lynn in this fitness studio, and having a good time.
And then we'll talk a little bit about the other big project that we have that will take place in January of 2024 called Be Better at Being Bad Week, which will be a complete takeover of the Hedonism Resort, where the focus is going to be on health, sexual wellness, fitness, nutrition, all these sorts
all
of
things to make you better at being bad.
That's right.
So let's get into it, guys.
What you did was fine.
Okay. Hey guys, this is Scott and April with the Naughty Gym Show, and we've got some special guests today from Hedonism 2 Resort, Diane, Tatiana, and Marsha Lynn. And guys, we're just going to start by having you introduce yourself. But we want to know your names and kind of what your job or role or function is at the resort, and maybe how long you've been there, and just a little background about yourself at Hedo. So maybe start with Diane.
Good morning and welcome all. I'm Diane Lang. I'm an executive director at Hedonism 2, and I work for the owner of Hedo. I've been working there since 2013, so a few years. And I help with anything and everything at the resort, wherever help is needed. So we wanted to welcome the Naughty Gym to Hedo. Of course, I am a gym rat right from the start, so I am all in favor of this, but I'm really looking forward to working with you and bringing some new options to the resort.
Good. Tatiana.
Hi, everyone. I'm Tatiana Answer, the Sales and Marketing Manager at Hedonism. I rejoined the team in January 2022, so it's been about a year since I've been back. I'm loving it. It's been very exciting, and I'm personally excited to have this partnership with Naughty Gym going forward because, unlike Diane, I am not a gym rat, but I am. So I'm going to do my best, especially the fact that this online challenge seems like something I can fit without going to an actual gym.
And Marsha Lynn.
All right. Hi, everyone. My name is Marsha Lynn. I'm the fitness instructor here at Hedonism 2. I started back in 2015, I think. I've been here about almost 8 years now. I started in entertainment before, and then I moved up as the gym instructor at Hedonism 2. As everyone here, I'm excited to work with Naughty Gym, and I just can't wait for everything to go. Yeah.
One thing that I have to say is when we were super impressed when we got there and Diane was walking us around and introducing us to the staff. Everyone's been there for a really long time, or they've come back, which really speaks volumes about, I mean, it's like a family environment, like the staff, they know each other, they're invested in each other's lives and their home lives. And that was really endearing.
Nice. Yeah. We like to think that it is definitely a family. We get a lot of repeaters here as well, and the staff get along with each other, so it makes things even better.
That's why when people are coming in, for the most part, we say welcome home, because that's what Hedo is to a lot of our guests, a home away from home.
Yeah, that was, when we came down there a couple months ago, it was our first time. And that was the first thing several of the people said to us when we walked in. And I thought that was incredibly neat thing to say, especially since that has been going on for a long time. And we've heard some of the guests say the same thing to us that the staff said. So it's a really nice way of greeting people.
Yeah, if you go in your Facebook page, your Facebook group, that's what everybody says. We're going home, and then they'll tell their dates that they're going home. I think that's really cool.
So Diane, you've been there since 2013. That's when Harry purchased it, right? Or very nearly after?
Right. Yeah, Harry purchased in 2013. He bought it from Super Clubs, and at that time, Super Clubs had to sell it because it was a naughty mark on their scorecard, so they couldn't keep it. Harry had been a guest there for quite a few years, and he just couldn't let it go because we knew if Super Clubs sold it to somewhere else, that they would just, flatten it and put a Hilton in or a Marriott or something. So
Yeah.
it was near and dear to Harry's heart. So
But now, did he have experience with the resort world, or what was his background or catalyst for doing it?
Harry's background, he started with a bachelor's of engineering. So he went to a GMI, has an engineering degree, and then he moved on to Harvard and got his MBA from Harvard. And he never looked back at engineering. Went right into the financial world, and that's where he stayed, for the rest of his career. He ended up in Fidelity, and he was, doing really well in Fidelity, and then elected to retire from Fidelity. So his background is all financial. He knows nothing about resorts, other than when he was at engineering school. He did buy a rental, and he rented, a house to a mobs of people. So rental experience, but that's about it.
Well, we don't know what it was like before Harry, but what we heard from people who've been coming there for years and years and years, that there was some really great changes made to the resort, and have continued to be made since he purchased it. So
Super Clubs knew they were selling it, so they really put nothing into it for years and years, and they just let it really run to the ground. And so Harry had a lot of work to do when he first, purchased it.
So he wanted to keep it naughty, but so talk to us a little bit about the relationship between Jamaica and the resort and what happens on the resort and the gray areas of whether those things are allowed, not allowed, those types of things, because we've heard different reports, and it's an interesting topic.
It is an interesting topic, and we have to keep it gray, but we have to mind all the rules. So, we run a resort. It's an actual business, but we allow the guests some extra opportunities that many other resorts don't allow.
But is the relationship now with the Jamaican government solid, or is there still tension? Or
I've heard much tension lately. I know that they look at us as a really good revenue stream, and they don't want to. That.
And let me just add to that growing up in Jamaica, it's one of those things that it's kind of spoken about in hushed tones, but it seems that almost everyone, if they haven't had a Hedo experience, they know someone who's had a Hedo experience.
That's true.
It's just that kind of place where if it's even once in your life, you should definitely go there. And what I didn't realize was that my not only parents, but grandparents have been to Hedo.
Wow.
So, no, it's so serious. Back in 2014, when I was fresh out of college with my marketing degree and I wanted to work in PR so bad, but there wasn't a PR position available when I applied. There was a sales position. So I said, you know what? The brand is iconic. I am not going to let the opportunity pass me. And I was like, oh, damn, how do I tell my mother? But then I did. And here's the thing about my mom. She cannot keep a secret. So as soon as I mentioned something to her, she immediately tells my stepdad. And then he just kind of busts out laughing and he says, oh, we've always gone to the one in Hedo 3. That was what used to be on the North Coast. Yeah. But his parents apparently love this one in Negril because they live about 40 minutes down the road in South Lamar. And I'm like, what? My never missed church on a Sunday, grandparents? You're kidding me. But it became a huge laugh. So everyone was really happy. And it became kind of a story that people shared in my family about, oh, guess where she works? But
so
like Diane said, they love us. We are a very niche product, and a lot of the most highly decorated travel agents that they're feted by the JTB, a lot of them do business with us and are some of our top producers. So as much as we have to keep things green, and we have to be mindful of the fact that we are in Jamaica, so certain things absolutely will not fly. We do what we can to afford our guests the freedom to partake in certain activities. And the government is, to an extent, I'm sure, aware of it. And we fly under the radar, keep our noses clean.
All right, interesting.
Our parents and grandparents have been.
I can't. Well, never mind.
Yeah, right.
Okay, so we came down. We have, April and I have been in the lifestyle for 7 years. But until we came to Hedo, we had never been to any of the primary resorts, Hedo, Desire, Temptation, any of those type places. So it was our first experience at a big resort like this. And we were ecstatic that you guys invited us down. We were coming down to guest coach and stuff and work with Marsha Lynn for that week. And so we tried to do a little bit of everything. We tried to get the entire Hedo experience. We had, 7 nights or something there. And I was shocked. I don't think that the naughty part was very shocking. That's kind of about what we expected. But there's so many things to do around the resort other than just drink and party. That was a little bit surprising for me. I mean, we went on a snorkeling tour, which was incredible reef off the coast there. And we just kept trying to participate in all the activities and all the water sports. So the resort is more than just a party place.
There's nothing really online for how amazing it is. I mean, the property is huge. I mean, it's just sprawled out across acres. And then all of the
22 acres.
Yeah. I mean, it's just unreal what you can do there.
So tell us a little bit about what went, and maybe Diane and Tatiana, this is probably a question for you guys. Why did you reach out to us? I know we have a mutual connection that put us together, but what was the goal for you before we got there in bringing us down there?
I think in my mind, the biggest goal was diversity. If you look throughout the year, we offer quite a diversity of options and activities and amenities. And we didn't have anything, gym related or fitness related. And we do have a lot of guests that come that are very fitness focused. So my goal was to add something else to our repertoire so that, we would have something else to offer guests, because the guests come to party, but many of them come for other activities as well. So this just seemed to be one thing that was missing from our offerings.
Well, and you've got, first of all, it's a great gym. It's a big gym really for a resort space. So there's a lot of equipment, a lot of room, and there's a lot of classes that Marsha Lynn does. I know we walked by one morning and there was a twerking class going on. It looked like half the women in the resort were in there.
Marsha's really created a lot of new things in the gym. She's really, really picked up the speed there in terms of the offerings and, trying to keep up with the demands of the guests. Right. So she's doing really well with the gym itself. But sometimes getting in an outside source, can bring a different flavor at times.
Right. Yeah. And we have some ideas, and we've talked about those in some of our meetings, things that we might can help with in the future. And if we get to that point, we'll start announcing those things. But we do have 2 big things that are coming up that we've all agreed to do together. And the first one is starting at the first of the year on January 9th. It's a online fitness and wellness challenge that we're calling HedoHot. And we're going to work with Marsha Lynn and everybody to make this a fantastic 4-week event. But the goal here is to provide everything that somebody could need for fitness, nutrition, to act as a kickstart for New Year's to kind of get back on track after what's a typical debaucherous month for everybody through the holidays.
Yeah.
And we visit the average American gains what?
In the holidays. Yeah. The average American gains 6 pounds from Halloween to New Year's.
Whoa.
I know.
Yeah, that's
A year.
Every year, right? So if you're not doing something then to lose that 6 pounds or at least maintain, then every year is just
Just
gonna
kind of
add
add on.
adding.
We do something similar to this at our commercial gym to just try to get people back on track after the holidays. But this is a really neat format that we have for this program because everything's done online. It's all contained within an app. We do all of the workout programming for everybody. So you'll look on the app each day and they'll have everything laid out in extreme detail, including each movement and how many reps we're wanting you to do with a little link to one of us demonstrating the movement. Different options depending on the equipment that you have available. So there's the nude option, we call it, which means you have no equipment. Then there's another option which just dumbbell. Our topless option means you just have access to dumbbell. And then there's the orgy version, which is you've got access to everything, a full gym or a full
Everything.
Everything. All
Like that. Okay.
So there's really no excuse, you can do it. And we are always on the platform available to help people that are worried about injuries or range of motion problems and things that typically prevent them from being able to work out. April and I have been doing this a long time, probably 12 years, something like that, professionally, and have worked with thousands of people. And there's probably not much we haven't seen. So we're in there every day helping people moderate or modify the workouts if they're having trouble with them. So you're really getting 2 personal trainers, and Marsha Lynn's going to be involved as well for $1. I mean, the whole event, the whole event costs $1. So
yeah, what more can we
For $1,
yeah, for
right?
$1.
And then, the good thing is if there's anyone who's at the resort at the time, they don't have to be concerned about making their own meals or anything because there's always such a great variety. I mean, I eat here every day.
Wow.
I do not make best choices at that. But the opportunity to make better choices exists every single day at every single meal.
Yeah.
So for anyone who is joining in on the challenge that are guests during those dates, they'll have no problem whatsoever. And if they need any assistance, they can pop in and see Marsha.
Yeah. And we can attest to that. When we were there, the food is really good and there are a lot of offerings. And we typically, when we go to resorts like this, try to eat, healthy-ish. And I think we may have lost weight when we went to Hedo because there is so much fresh fruit and veggies, and there's always a fish and there's always some chicken. And so it just makes it easy to eat well if you want to. Or bad if you want to.
Or bad.
Really good bad.
Definitely have a choice.
Yeah, so this is the HedoHot competition or challenge Kickstarter is going to kick off January 9th. And you can go to either our website or the Hedonism website, and you'll find a link. It's not hard. It's on both websites' homepage. And you can click and sign up for it. And again, it's just $1. And there's going to be prizes given out and weekly challenges. Some of them will be kind of naughty challenges throughout this whole thing, but we're going to make it really fun, and it's a great way to get back on track after the holidays.
Ooh, I can feel my 6 pounds.
After the holidays.
Well, Tatiana said she's got Carnival coming up, right? When is that?
Yes. So I've got to shed it. But then the costumes are like little itty bitty string type.
Little.
So it shows off everything. And there's a lot of, body positivity and that kind of thing going around because it's like Caribbean women, we have a range of body types. And for the most part, like there are a lot of people who are just very voluptuous, but then I've got my own goals. So, the squats need to come in because the curvature needs to be a particular way. And then of course I need to lose a little bit of belly fat because I am not going full coverage at all. I need to be at least halfway naked on the street. I work at Hedo. I don't get to participate in Hedo activities.
That's right.
So I need to show off a little bit at Carnival.
Yeah.
Right?
I love
I
that.
did the Miami Carnival with Gen X. Yeah. It was my first time. Yeah, it was amazing. And the costume was
Itty
Yeah.
bitty.
So,
What?
so Miami Carnival is actually, it's basically a Caribbean carnival because there's so much representation from the Caribbean in South Florida. So if you look at that, you pretty much get an idea of what it's like in Jamaica.
I love that. I love that. And going back to the word you use, body positivity, this challenge really, it's not a weight loss challenge. It's a challenge to gain strength and just feel better about your body. Because I mean, when we went to Hedonism, there's every shape, every size there, and everybody's on the same plane. You take your clothes off and everybody's equal, right? Like you should. But this is about learning healthy habits that are sustainable. So it's not just like a fad 4-week diet where you're going to drop 20 pounds in 4 weeks. And then once you eat a piece of bread, you gain it all back. It's going to be learning foundational healthy habits that you can build on for years. You can take these with you for the rest of your life because this is just about being healthy.
Yeah. Okay.
Well, so the next thing we'll be working with you guys on is we're coming back in March for what used to be Young Swingers Week and now is called Swing Breakers. Is that right?
Yeah. Hedonism.
What's that?
I wouldn't really say now it's called so much as Young Swingers is no longer a group that participates in the hedonism activities. That group doesn't come here anymore. Hedonism is hosting Hedonism Swing Breakers during that same week to fill the gap now that we're no longer in business with those promoters.
Okay.
Got it.
So we'll be there for that and actually maybe overlapping that a day or two, but we're looking forward to that, even though I think, I know it's not called Young Swingers Week anymore, but I think I might be outside that demographic for the age.
How old are you?
Like at any age.
I'm 50.
You what?
Exclusions.
Everybody's included. This is an all-inclusive environment.
But yeah, we're excited about coming back. I don't know that we've worked out what we're going to be doing during that thing other than helping people with fitness and stuff and working with Marsha. But we're really looking forward to coming back for that. But then the big thing that we're going to be announcing officially very soon is that in January of 2024, we're going to be doing a full takeover called Be Better at Being Bad Week. So it'll be, I think the dates are going to be early January, early to mid-January. And it's going to be an entire week focused on health, wellness, and enjoying the lifestyle to its fullest with guest speakers and presenters. And people should be able to come to this and leave having had a phenomenal time, but taking tangible information back with them on how to be fitter, eat better, sexual health. The list of things that we're going to be covering and topics that we're going to be going over during that week is going to be incredible. And there's going to be so many fun activities and competition and events, but we're incredibly excited about this week in 2024.
Yeah, and I mean, what a way to start off the year, right? You come to a resort, especially if you're even a first timer, and it's like, okay, great. So I'm learning about all these different things. I'm at an all-inclusive resort. It's beautiful. Everybody's fun. I don't know what it is about Hedo customers, like guests who come here. You know, no wonder people keep coming back together because everyone is so fun and interested in you as a person. And there's very little, if any, flexing, you know, because everyone's new for the most part. And even if you think you won't be, eventually the curiosity will get you and you will end up at the nude side without a stitch of clothing on, making friends and, you know, to actually have the kind of structure that I think Naughty Gym is going to be bringing, where you know that, all right, so at this point in the day, we're going to be doing X because as it is, we have excellent entertainment already, but this is sort of like an edutainment
Right.
scenario that's going to be
I
taking
like
place
that word.
full takeover week. So you'll learn something you can take with you.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like that. Edutainment.
Yeah, so there's going to be a lot of fitness offerings. Obviously, we're going to have classes and different times of the day where you can work out with us, with Marsha Lynn, some of the different programs that are already in place, the new things that we're going to bring. There'll be yoga and meditation and mindset type activities, but there's going to be things like lectures on erectile dysfunction medication and sex toys and skincare and hormones and all the because what happens with a lot of people is they discover the lifestyle as they start moving into that middle age and later. Not everybody, it's getting younger now that it's getting more popular, but I know for me, I'm having the time of my life, but I'm 50 now and I want to prolong that time of my life as long as I can. And if I can focus on being healthy and well and doing all the things that help extend that vitality of life, that I can come to Hedo for the next 15, 20 years and enjoy it. Where, you know, some 50-year-olds I know would struggle to walk across the resort without passing out from lack of fitness. All right, guys. Any other things that we want to talk about before we wrap this up?
No, just just maybe one comment. There's a couple things that you offer as part of the package that I thought were very advantageous. One is your gym. You're not the repetition of dumbbells. I mean, you provide different and entertaining ways of getting fit. And also the fact that you include nutrition and everything else that's involved with being fit, not just working out, not just like you say, not just trying to lose weight, but just really trying to stay fit. And that's been one of my focuses all the years, is trying to keep up with my kids, and you can't do it if you can't get up and move and get out and enjoy life. So I'm really looking forward to this, and I think again, it provides another avenue or another more diversity for our guests to participate in. And we do have quite a few guests that are very fitness focused. You'll hear comments like, "Oh, my week at Hedo was unbelievable, but I got to go home and I got to get back at real life and real fitness and real everything." So,
Yeah.
Our platform's a private community. It's not attached to Facebook or any of the other major platforms. Nobody's ever going to know you're part of it. But it functions like Facebook. So everybody's able to get in there and comment on people's workout. If you like, people will post their scores, say, for a particular workout, and people can congratulate them, and you get some accountability that way. But you can also communicate with everybody else in Naughty Gym. We have over 300 members inside the platform. And there's something about knowing that everybody else that's a member of Naughty Gym all around the world are doing the same thing that day that you're doing. And it builds a sense of camaraderie. And, it's a very turnkey type program. There's nothing missing from the program that you're going to need to go and implement if you don't want to. Everything you can need to keep your new year started off right will be in this program.
Yeah, and the support group, I think, is really critical. You have the support of everybody else on the platform. You can chat, you can ask questions, you can get information, real live information, real, credible from people who do the same thing as you. So I think that's very key.
Yeah, that accountability is key. Well, most people don't like working out by themselves. So if you're working out by yourself, but you also know you've got this community and these coaches that are still holding you accountable, it makes it a little bit easier.
It does.
Yeah.
It helps.
Yeah, I'm very excited to work with you guys. The platform, I think it's very encouraging, especially as you said earlier, for people who really don't want to work out by themselves. Going on the platform and talking about where they are, what you did, it's very it's going to be motivating for other people as well. You guys came here before, and I am very impressed with what you guys did. You met a lot of people, and they felt comfortable talking to you guys as well. So I'm just really looking forward to this big Naughty Gym, group getting along with you guys and so on.
Good. Well, thank you. Yeah, we enjoyed our trip here. It was way better, I think, than we expected, and we expected good things. So
Good.
we're
Exceeding
excited.
your expectation.
Yeah,
Right.
Love to hear about it.
Yeah, we're excited to work with Hedonism. All of you guys, you've all been so hospitable to us, and we're thankful for that. And we can't wait to see how all this stuff goes here over the next 12, 13 months.
Yeah, we're excited too.
Yeah.
All right. Well, thanks for coming on here today, and we appreciate your time. And we will see you guys all in March at
All right. Hedonism Swing Breakers.
Yeah.
Yeah.